What's up, guys? Today we have rounded up the top 4 best video editing laptop in 2023 available to help you find the perfect fit for both your budget and your needs. Whether you are in the market for latest tech gadget or looking for a must-have kitchen tool, we got you covered. We have carefully selected these products based on their quality, functionality, and overall value, so you can trust that you are getting the best of the best. For more information on the products, I have included links in the description box down below which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's switch to the number 4 Apple MacBook Air 13, 2022. The Apple MacBook Air 13, 2022 is a great option if you only edit videos as a hobby. One of the upgrades over its predecessor, the Apple MacBook Air 13, M1 2020, is the addition of media encoders and decoders on the M2 chip, which significantly boost performance in tasks like video editing. There are also media engines for Apple's ProRes format. You can configure the laptop with up to 24 GB of memory and 2 TB of storage. Just remember that these components aren't user-replaceable. Also, the base 256 GB storage option has slower read and write speeds than the larger capacity SSDs. So if you often transfer files to the internal storage, it might be worth upgrading to one of the larger capacity options. As for the overall user experience, it's what you would expect of a MacBook. A sharp and bright display with full DCI-P3 coverage, a great keyboard, and a gigantic and responsive touchpad. Port selection is better than the M1 model because you get a MagSafe charging port, freeing the USB-C you would otherwise need to charge the laptop. However, the external display support hasn't changed, meaning you can only output a video signal to a single external monitor. The battery lasts around 11 hours of light use or a little less than 3 hours when performing intensive tasks like video editing. We are going to number 3 GP Victus 15. An even more wallet-friendly option would be the HP Victus 15, 2022, a 15.6-inch budget gaming laptop. It's available with fast Intel 12th General H-Series CPUs, and various NVIDIA discrete GPUs, from a GeForce GTX 1650 to an RTX 3050 Ti. The GPUs are entry-level models that can do the job, but you might experience some stutters when manipulating complex, high-resolution footage. Memory and storage max out at 16 GB and 1 TB, respectively. However, they're user-upgradable, so you can add more later on to suit your needs. The main downside of this laptop is that it's only available with 1080p displays, and only the top-end option has full sRGB coverage, which means you'll need an external monitor if you want to edit videos in DCI-P3. You get a varied port selection with 2 USB-As, 1 USB-C, an HDMI 2.1, Ethernet, and an SD card reader. However, the USB-C doesn't support charging or Thunderbolt 4. Battery life sits around 6 hours of light use, but you can expect it to be a little more than an hour if you're editing videos. Let's talk about number 2, ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14. If you don't want to spend too much on a premium laptop like the Apple MacBook Pro 16, 2021, check out the ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14, 2022. Yes, gaming laptops are excellent for video editing because there are many similarities in hardware requirements. It's particularly true with the G14, which sports a sharp 1610 QHD panel with full DCI-P3 coverage. Its factory calibration is good, but you might want to fine-tune it before you do any color work. It has a powerful 8-core AMD Ryzen 9 6900HS CPU, and you can choose between an AMD Radeon RX 6700S or 6800S GPU, both of which have enough horsepower to handle video editing. There are a few downsides to know about. First, this laptop gets hot and loud under load. You can change the fan settings if it bothers you, but at the cost of some performance loss. Second, the USB-C ports support USB 3.2 Gen 2 data transfer speed much slower than USB 4 or Thunderbolt 4. ASUS promised an update to add USB 4 support, but the firmware is still in development. Lastly, you can only get this laptop with 1 TB of storage. The SSD is user-replaceable, so you can always replace it with a larger capacity drive. We are presenting number 1 of our list, Apple MacBook Pro 16, 2021. The best laptop for editing videos we've tested is the Apple MacBook Pro 16, 2021. Before we get into more details, know that Apple has released a newer version of the MacBook Pro with their M2 SoC. Most of our test results still apply since the changes are mainly internal. The upgrades on the newer model include a faster SoC, M2 Pro or Max, HDMI 2.1, Wi-Fi 6E, and increased memory support of up to 96 GB. Other than that, everything else is the same. Apple no longer sells the M1 model in a new condition, so it's best to get an M2 model unless you can find a good deal through a third-party seller or marketplace. With that out of the way, let's talk more about the MacBook Pro's features. If you've used a MacBook before, you probably know what the build is like. The laptop feels incredibly sturdy and is about as premium as it gets compared to other laptops on the market. It has a sharp mini LED display with full sRGB and DCI-P3 coverage, and its factory calibration is superb. The keyboard feels very comfortable to type on, and of course you get Apple's gigantic, easy-to-use haptic touchpad. Performance-wise, the SoC, M1 or M2, Pro or Max, has no problem handling nearly everything you throw at it. The battery life will vary depending on what you do. You can get through a full day if you only perform light tasks, but you'll likely get slightly over 2 hours when performing demanding video editing tasks. If portability is more important than screen size, the smaller Apple MacBook Pro 14, 2021, is pretty much the same laptop, but with a slightly shorter battery life. For Windows users, get the MSI WS76, 2021, a 17.3-inch model available with Intel 11th General processors and NVIDIA discrete GPUs. It performs exceptionally well and can handle demanding workloads. However, it isn't as portable as it's bulkier and heavier than the MacBooks, and the display's factory calibration isn't as good in the DCI-P3 color space, so you may need to fine-tune it before doing any color work. This is the wrap of the top 4 best video editing laptop in 2023 on the market. Look for the links in the description box below. If there's another product on the market, if you found one worthy your purchase, let us know in the comment section. If you would like to see the future review, also subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you will know when we upload new videos. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time on the Valid Review channel.